For
Rentals is
example,
definitely
folks
a big
come in from
one.
out of state, many do to Massachusetts.
Yeah.
They rent a boat. Do
Yeah.
they need the certification?
Yeah, they do, with the exception of reciprocity. So that's one very good thing as far as I'm concerned in the bill. There is reciprocity for the other 49 states, provided those boaters have a state and NASBA approved license. So that's one good thing, and not one good thing, but that's part of the bill that does allow for that rental concern. Are very concerned with this bill, and those that may not have that license already in place. So one of the things that we push back on and that we've requested from the state is to try to come up with a temporary rental license, which New Hampshire does, Maine does. So there are other states that do that same thing. By offering a temporary license, it's also a much shorter test, and the business is able to provide that right on the spot.
It's comprehensive.
Yeah,
It was a nice
absolutely.
little quiz. You took a little time with it just to make sure that you understand.
Sure. And it allows the rental business. I mean, first and foremost, I'm sure they're going to get the information out there to their clients. But when you look at rentals, I mean, a lot of people do that last minute. So to have that other option to take a 15 to 30-minute test right before they rent the boat, I mean, I think that makes sense one way or the other. So that's what we've asked now. I think the state is reviewing that. I think they recognize the demand and the need for those businesses in this state, and kind of being a stepping stone towards boat ownership is our rental businesses. So we're hoping that becomes part of the guidance.
Let's talk about the test.
Yes, sir.
Right? Do I have to study for this?
There's a couple different options, first of all, and that was one of the other big pushes that we made, especially post-COVID, was to have the opportunity to take it online. And that also improves the access across the state. So it enables anybody to take it at any point. There's one approved online course right now. Actually, there's two, but it's the same company. So there's a regular online, which is Boat-Ed, and then you just search for Massachusetts. And then they created another option, kind of a more of a interactive virtual tests to kind of learn and play while you go along. I feel like that was kind of geared towards a younger generation that might have a better opportunity to take the test that way. So those are the two options online. It kind of guides you through the test. You go step by step. They recommend 8 to 10 hours online. I took this test a couple of years ago, and it took me roughly 3 to 3.5 hours. So I'm not an avid boater.
So it does take a little time.
It does take a little time for sure. And you don't have to do it all at once. You could start it. I think you have, don't quote me on this, but I think it's 30 or 90 days once you start it to finish it.